Hey everyone, and welcome back to Speak Smart. I'm Jane, and I'm so excited to be here with you today.
And I'm Lucy. It's great to be back, Jane. Today, we're diving into something super practical, everyday English conversations. Because honestly, that's what it's all about, right? Just being able to chat naturally.
Exactly. You know, when you're learning a new language, especially English, sometimes the textbooks make it sound so formal. But real life? It's much more relaxed, much more human.
Totally. And that's what we want to focus on today. Giving our listeners the tools to sound natural, even if they're just starting out. We're talking about those common phrases, those little conversational connectors that native speakers use all the time.
Absolutely. Let's kick things off with something simple but essential. Introductions. How many times a day do you meet someone new or introduce yourself? It's constant.
Oh, all the time! And it's not just hello, my name is Lucy. There are so many variations depending on the situation. For example, if you're meeting someone for the first time in a casual setting like a party, you might say, "Hi, I'm Lucy, nice to meet you." Or, "Hey there, I'm Lucy."
Right, and then they'll usually respond with their name. I'm Jane, great to meet you too. See how we added great instead of just nice? It adds a little more warmth.
Yeah, little changes make a big difference. And what if you're meeting someone through a mutual friend? You could say, "Hi, I'm Lucy. Sarah told me so much about you." It immediately creates a connection.
That's a fantastic tip. It shows you're engaged and you already have something in common. And then, after the initial name exchange, what's a common follow-up question, Lucy?
Usually, what do you do or where are you from? These are classic icebreakers. If someone asks me, what do you do? I might say, oh, I work in marketing, or I'm a podcast host, just like Jane.
Haha, exactly. And if they ask where are you from, I'd say I'm from London, or I grew up in a small town outside the city. It opens up a whole new line of conversation.
Definitely. It's not about memorizing lines, it's about understanding the flow. So, you introduce yourself, you ask a simple question, and then you listen, you know? Listening is a huge part of conversation.
Absolutely crucial. Active listening, nodding, making eye contact, and then following up on what they said. If someone says, I work in marketing, you could say, oh really? What kind of marketing? Or is that interesting work?
Exactly. Show interest. People love talking about themselves, right? It makes them feel heard and valued. And it keeps the conversation going naturally instead of feeling like an interview.
One more quick tip for introductions. If you forget someone's name, don't panic. You can always say, I'm so sorry, could you remind me of your name again? Most people are very understanding.
That's a great one, Jane. It's better to ask than to guess and get it wrong. That can be awkward. Okay, so we've covered introductions. Let's move on to another really common scenario. Talking about your daily routine. This comes up all the time, especially when you're getting to know someone.
Oh yeah, what did you do today? Or what do you usually do on a weekday? These are staples. And it's a great way to practice simple present tense verbs, for habits and routines.
Totally. So if someone asks me, what does your typical day look like, Lucy? I might start with, well, I usually wake up around 7 a.m., have a cup of coffee, and then I check my emails. Keep it simple.
And then you can add more details. After that, I usually go for a quick walk or hit the gym before starting work. Or then I prepare breakfast for my family. It gives a nice picture.
Right, and don't feel like you have to list every single thing you do. Pick out the main activities and use those common time expressions first, then after that. In the afternoon, in the evening, finally.
Those transition words are super helpful. They make your story flow much better. For instance, first I have breakfast, then I brush my teeth. After that, I get dressed for work. It's clear and easy to follow.
Absolutely. And don't forget to mention things you enjoy doing. If someone asks about my evening routine, I might say, in the evening I usually cook dinner, and then I love to read a book or watch a movie to relax.
See how Lucy added love to read a book? That brings in personality. It's not just a list of actions, it's about what you enjoy. That makes the conversation so much more engaging.
Exactly, and then you can flip the question back. After you've shared your routine, you can say, what about you, Jane? What's your typical day like? That's how a conversation works. It's a back and forth.
It's like playing tennis, right? You hit the ball over the net, and then you wait for them to hit it back. You don't just keep hitting the ball to yourself.
That's a perfect analogy, Jane. Don't hog the conversation. Okay, so we've introduced ourselves, talked about our days. What's next? I'm thinking about something we all do, talking about hobbies and interests.
Oh, that's a great one. This is where you really get to know someone. When someone asks, what do you do in your free time, or do you have any hobbies, it's a chance to share your passions.
Right, you might say, I really enjoy hiking and exploring new trails, or I'm quite into photography, especially landscape photos. Again, simple sentences are key.
And don't be afraid to describe why you like something. Instead of just, I like reading, you could say, I love reading because it helps me relax and escape into different worlds. That's so much more descriptive.
Yes, adding that because explanation elevates the conversation. And if someone mentions a hobby you also share, that's a fantastic opportunity to connect. Oh, you like hiking too? What's your favorite trail around here?
Exactly. Or if it's something you're interested in but haven't tried, that sounds really interesting. How did you get into photography? People usually love sharing their knowledge about their hobbies.
So true. It makes them feel like an expert, and you get to learn something new. Win-win. What if you don't have a specific hobby, Jane? Some people might feel awkward about that.
That's a good point. You don't have to have some super exotic hobby. You can talk about simple things you enjoy. I enjoy watching movies with my friends on the weekend, or I like trying new restaurants. Everyday pleasures count too.
Definitely. Or, I love spending time with my family, or I just enjoy relaxing at home with a good cup of tea. It's about what brings you joy, however big or small.
Precisely. And again, remember to ask them about their hobbies too. It keeps the conversation balanced and interesting.
Okay, so we've done introductions, daily routines, hobbies. Let's think about a situation where beginners often feel a bit stuck, asking for and giving directions. This is a real-world necessity.
Oh, absolutely. Imagine you're in a new city and your phone dies. You have to ask someone for directions. It's a skill you need to have.
Exactly, and it can feel intimidating. But it doesn't have to be. Let's start with how to politely ask. You wouldn't just say, where is the train station? That's a bit direct, isn't it?
Yeah, a little blunt. You'd want to start with a polite phrase, something like, excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the train station? Or, pardon me, I'm a bit lost. Is the library far from here?
Excuse me is your best friend in these situations. It's universally polite. And then, when someone is giving you directions, listen for those key action verbs. Go straight, turn left, turn right, cross the street.
And landmarks are super important. You'll see a big blue building on your left, or it's next to the post office. Pay attention to those details. They help you confirm you're on the right track.
Exactly, and if you don't understand something, it's okay to ask them to repeat or clarify. Sorry, could you say that again? Or, did you say turn left or right? Don't just nod along if you're confused.
Yes, absolutely. It's much better to clarify than to walk in the wrong direction for 20 minutes. And always remember to say thank you at the end. Thank you so much for your help, or I really appreciate it.
Manners go a long way in any language, right? Okay, so that's directions. What about something a bit more social, like making plans with a friend? This is where English can get a bit more casual.
Oh, for sure. When you're making plans, you might say, hey, do you want to grab coffee sometime next week? Or are you free on Saturday evening?
Or what are you up to this weekend? If you want to be more open-ended. And if you're suggesting something specific, how about we go see that new movie on Friday?
And when you're responding, if you're free, yeah, that sounds great, or I'd love to. If you're not, you can say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm already busy that day, or I wish I could, but I have other plans.
It's important to be polite when declining, even with friends. You don't want to sound like you just don't want to hang out, right? So, I'm sorry, I can't make it, is better than just no.
Definitely. And if you want to suggest an alternative, how about we do it another day instead? Or, I'm free on Sunday, would that work for you?
Perfect. It shows you're still interested, just not available at that specific time. These little nuances are what make you sound more natural.
Totally. You know, Lucy, one thing I often tell beginners is not to be afraid of making mistakes. It's part of the process. Every native speaker has stumbled over their words at some point.
Oh, absolutely. I still do. It's how you learn, honestly. And most people are really patient and appreciate you making the effort to speak their language.
Exactly. Just try to get your message across. Focus on communication, not on perfect grammar every single time. The grammar will improve with practice.
And try to immerse yourself as much as possible. Listen to podcasts like ours. Watch English TV shows, movies, listen to music. The more you hear it, the more natural it will become.
Yes, surround yourself with the language. Even if you don't understand every single word, your brain is picking up on patterns, on intonation, on the rhythm of the language.
Right, and try to think in English, even if it's just little thoughts. Instead of translating from your native language, try to form the thought directly in English. It's a game changer.
That's a fantastic advanced tip for beginners, Lucy. Start small, with simple things. What you're going to eat for lunch, or what you need to buy at the store.
Exactly, and practice, practice, practice. even if it's just talking to yourself in front of a mirror or recording your voice. It really helps build confidence.
Confidence is key. The more you speak, the more confident you'll become, and the easier it will be to have those everyday conversations we talked about today.
So true, Jane. We covered introductions, daily routines, hobbies, asking for directions, and making plans. That's a huge foundation for anyone starting out.
It really is. And remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's communication. It's about connecting with people and sharing your ideas.
Couldn't agree more. So, for all our listeners out there, don't be shy. Go out there and try to use these phrases. Start small, be patient with yourselves, and have fun with it.
That's excellent advice, Lucy. Thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing all these wonderful insights. And thank you, our amazing listeners, for tuning in to Speak Smart. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye, everyone. Keep speaking smart.